Hello everyone, welcome back to Milestone Gaming. My name is Malachi Gardner, and today I'm going to be finishing up my playthrough of Marvel Legendary. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Last time when we left off, we had just shuffled our deck and drawn my new starting hand. So now let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we have a Shield Officer, an Arc Reactor, Trooper, see, look, 2 Troopers, an Agent, and then Endless Adventure. So that's actually a pretty good hand right at this point in the game. And so that's pretty cool to see what we can do with that. But first, we need to play the top card of the villain deck, and it's another Doombot Legion. So just slide everything over one space, and this Doombot Legion is getting close to getting buffed by the Dark Portal over there in the bridge. So it'll be easier if we were to be able to defeat him before he gets to the bridge. So let's go ahead and start by just playing out our Troopers and Agents, just to get those out of our hand. And then let's go ahead and play the Officer as well. So now that leaves us with the Arc Reactor and Endless Invention. Now I had discussed the situation last video, and now here it is again. So we could either play Endless Invention and then Arc Reactor to get the +1 attack from Arc Reactor's ability, since Endless Invention is a black tech card, or we could play Arc Reactor and then get this extra card draw from Endless Invention. And either of those could be good, but we need to determine which would be better in this situation. So if we were to draw the extra card, it could be equal to +1 attack if we drew a Shield Trooper, or it could just be different. We could get +1 Recruit instead. So it's a little bit riskier. And I actually think that I am going to go the safer option right now, because I want to make sure that I'm able to take out both the Doombot Legions. So I'm going to play Endless Invention, I'm going to draw a card, and it's a Shield Agent, okay? So we'll play that, and then we'll play the Arc Reactor. So we have 3 attack from Arc Reactor, then we get +1 attack from Arc Reactor because we have played Endless Invention, which is another tech card. So let's put this at 4, and then we get 2 from our Shield Troopers, and that puts us at 6. So now I'm going to go ahead and take out a Doombot Legion card, and when we defeat this guy, we have to pay 3 attack, because that is how much attack he has. So now we must look at the top 2 cards of your deck, and you kill one of them and put the other one back. So now let's take a look at the top 2 cards of the deck. We have a Shield Agent, or Endless Invention. Now, I, first of all, obviously do not want to get rid of. This is a good card that I want to keep in my deck, so I don't want to KO this card. But on the other hand, I'm really excited to KO Shield Agent, this Shield Agent card here, because if we are able to remove cards from our deck that are undesirable, such as the Shield Agents and Shield Troopers, then that's going to make it more likely for us to draw Endless Invention, Arc Reactor, or the Shield Officers even. And so we want to be able to get rid of these bad cards that we started with, so we can move on to some better cards. So I'm going to KO the Shield Agent, place this in the KO pile, and then put Endless Invention on top of my deck. Alright, then the Doombot Legion card is placed in my victory point pile. So now I have 3 attack left, and so I could take out the other Doombot Legion. The one thing with this is that we know that the top card of our deck is the Endless Invention card, and we do not want to KO that card. And so there's a chance that the second card we draw, the second card from the top, could also be a card that we want to keep in our deck. And so then if we fight the Doombot Legion, we then have to use its fight ability, and we have to KO one of those 2 cards, and it could be a choice that we don't want to make, of having to sacrifice one of our good cards. I think I'm going to take that risk though, and so I would like to be able to KO cards from my deck that are bad, and so I'm going to take that risk. So our Endless Invention card, and then okay, so it is a Shield Officer card, and so this is a situation that I didn't want to be in, but I was hoping that I would draw a Shield Agent or Shield Trooper instead. So in this situation, I think that I want to keep Endless Invention because there's only 5 of them in the hero deck, and it's random whenever they come up, whereas the Shield Officers, you can get them anytime you want. There always is going to be a big stack of them right here, so I can replace the Shield Officer if I would like to. So KO that, but I would have liked to not have to KO that card, but oh well. Alright, so now we are at 4 recruit. And so I actually could just get another shield officer card to place that, but I actually think I'm going to get this healing factor right here. This is going to give me 2 attack when I play it, and then it allows us to KO a wound from our hand or discard pile, and if we do, then we can draw a card. So I haven't seen anything, nothing yet so far has given us any wounds, so this wouldn't help us right now, but it could help us later in trying, as we try to get rid of wounds if we ever gain any. And then also we have the blob out here. We actually have 2 of them. Must be the blob and his, I don't know, twin brother or something like that. And it says you can't defeat blob unless you have an X-Men hero. And when a card refers to you having a certain card or card type, and that means you must either have that card in question in your hand and unplayed, or face up on the table in front of you played this turn. So cards in your deck and cards in your discard pile does not count as you having that card or that hero or whatever. It has to either be in your hand unplayed this turn or on the table played earlier this turn for it to go off. So having the healing factor in our deck will allow us to be able to potentially fight the blob, as well as just giving us 2 attacks. So get that, and then we have an Avengers Assemble card, and this is a Captain America card, and it costs 3. Now it says you get +1 recruit for each color of hero you have. Now, one important distinction that may be made on certain cards is the difference between hero class and hero color. Every single hero in the game has a color, but not every single hero has a class. So the hero's class is the symbol right up here, so this is an instinct hero, and then a lot of the Iron Man cards we've been seeing are tech heroes. So that's the class. Our shield officers and shield agents and shield troopers do not have classes, but they do have a color, and their color is gray. So the border around the card is gray, so even though it doesn't have a class associated with it, it still has a color, and the color is gray. So basically, if a card effect refers to a class, the card has to have the symbol in question. On the other hand, if it's talking about colors, it's going to be each of the different class symbols as well as the gray cards. So that's a really nice card, because even if you play this card and you just have gray cards, it's going to at least give you 2, which is putting it on par with a shield officer. But if you were to have an instinct hero, a gray hero, and a black tech hero, then it would give you 3 recruit, which is very good. So that's everything I'm going to do on my turn. I have 1 leftover recruit, but that's not enough to get anything. So now we'll draw a new hand, and let's see what the villain card is. Alright, so it's another copy of Mystique, so this is going to go inside the sewers. Alright, and let's go ahead and play our Shield Trooper and Shield Agent just to get those out of the way. And then we have quite a few cards right here. So first, we have Keen Senses, and it doesn't look like we have any instinct cards, so we won't be able to do this ability unless we were to draw some instinct cards when we play one of our 2 copies of Endless Invention, so that could be good. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play Endless Invention, and I'll draw a card. Alright, it's a Shield Agent. Then I'll play the second copy of Endless Invention, and this would give us 2 cards, because we have played another tech hero earlier this turn. So I'll draw 2 cards, Shield Trooper and Shield Agent. So that's not very exciting, but still, now we can play Arc Reactor. So this is going to give us 5 attack, which is very good, because it's going to have 3 from the printed value on the card, and then since we've played 2 Endless Invention cards, and they are both tech heroes, they're each going to give us +1. So Arc Reactor is going to give us a total of 5 attack, and then we have 2 Shield Agents and a Shield Trooper. And then Keen Senses, fortunately we're not going to be able to draw the card here, but we do get its attack value. So now we have 1, 2, 7, 8 attack. So 5 from the Arc Reactor, and then 2 from Shield Officers, and 1 from Keen Senses. So it's going to give us 8. And unfortunately, Dr. Doom has 10 attack, and so we cannot defeat Dr. Doom. But we can split the 8 attack and take out both copies of Blob, who each have 4 attack. And we do have an X-Men hero, so we do fulfill that requirement there. And so now we can take both of these out and place them in our victory point pile, clearing up the city. Next, we have 3 recruit, and I'm just going to get Avengers Assemble, because that's a very good card. Next, it's another Keen Senses. Alright. So that was a pretty good turn. Too bad we didn't get 2 more attack, because then we would have been able to take out Dr. Doom. And again, we have to hit him 4 times, removing each one of his tactics in order to win the game. Alright. Next up, we have a Scheme Twist, and so this is going to go right here, and now all the villains in the streets are going to get +1 attack. And then I need to take a card from the HQ that costs 6 or less, and put it under the hero deck. So, let's see. So I think I'm going to take this Keen Senses right here, place this under the hero deck, and it will be replaced by an Endless Invention card, which I'm very happy to see. Then, let's go ahead and play our Shield Agents and Shield Trooper. We have a Healing Factor, and we don't have any wounds in our hand or discard pile. So now we have an Arc Reactor, and we have no gray card, so that's just going to give us 3 attack. And then with Healing Factor, and we have no wounds in our hand or discard pile, so this is just going to give us the 2 attack. So now we have 2, 5, 6, and fortunately one of those is going to be wasted, but we are going to be able to take out Mystique here. So she's going to be placed in our victory point pile, and we have no more villains in the city, which is wonderful. Then I have 3 recruit, and I'm going to get Endless Invention. Alright, Repulsor Rays, so that'll be good for getting more attack. Alright, next up we have another Scheme Twist, so I'll be going to the rooftops, and then I'll take this Repulsor Ray and put this at the bottom of the hero deck. And it's in the Keen Senses. Alright, so let's first just play all of our basic cards here, and then we have Keen Senses and an Arc Reactor. We're not going to be able to trigger either of their superpowers, so we'll just play those cards there, and that'll be 4, 5 attack, which won't do anything, and then 3 recruit. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this Keen Senses card right here, add this to my discard pile, and we have a Diving Block. So this card costs 6 and gives us 4 attack, which is really good. It says if you would gain a wound, you may reveal this card and draw a card instead. So that's very good. Prevents us from gaining wounds as well as letting us draw some cards. Okay, next up we have a Master Strike. And so Dr. Doom's ability is going to go off. So now, since we have exactly 6 cards, we're going to check for a Tech Hero, and we actually end up having 2. So now we can avoid this ability, but if we hadn't revealed a Tech Hero, then we would have to take 2 cards from our hand and put it on top of our deck, which is never fun. Now we're going to draw an additional card from the villain deck, and it's going to be Saber-Tooth. And this has 5 attack, and it says when you fight it, each player reveals an X-Men hero or gains a wound. And then, as an escape effect, it has the same effect. So it's also going to be each player reveals an X-Men hero or gains a wound. Alright, then, let's see. We have 2 Endless Invention cards, so let's go ahead and play one of those. And it's another Endless Invention, so we'll play that one. Then we'll draw 2 cards, so it's going to be Avengers Assemble. And then I'll have to shuffle up my deck for the second card. So now we're starting to see some combos work out, which is always very fun to see. Alright, and then we draw a Keen Senses card. Then we have another Endless Invention, which will give us 2 more cards. We just keep triggering all those superpowers. Then I have an Avengers Assemble card here. So I have black heroes, I have instinct heroes, and I have gray heroes. So Avengers Assemble is going to give me 3 recruit this round. Then I have 2 copies of Keen Senses, and each one of these will give me 1 attack and allow me to draw a card. So I'll play both of those. And then draw a card, and draw another card. Okay, so now I'm just going to play all of these real quick. And they have no special effects on them, so that's that. Then we have now played a lot of cards. So now I'm going to go through and count up everything that I have to spend. Okay, so I have 4 attack, which is unfortunately not enough to do anything. But then I have 9 recruit. So now I get to choose from one of these really cool rare abilities here. So I can do Quantum Breakthrough, which would allow me to draw 2 cards, and then as a tech ability, I can draw 2 more cards. So I could draw 4 cards with this, which is really good. So I could get Berserker Rage instead, which would allow me to draw 3 cards, and then as an instinct superpower, I get +1 attack for each extra card I've drawn this turn. And then finally we have a Day Unlike Any Other. And this would give me 3 attack, and then as an Avenger ability, I get +3 attack for each other Avenger hero I play this turn. So that would be really good. So all 3 of those look really good, but Berserker Rage just looks like it would help me the most, because it draws 3 cards without any superpower, and then it also gives us +1 attack for each extra card we've drawn. And since I've been heavily leaning into Iron Man and Wolverine, who are both heavily into drawing cards, I should be able to draw a lot of cards and get a lot of extra attack with this. So now I have 1 extra recruit, which won't be able to do anything. And we have Perfect Teamwork here, which says you get +1 attack for each color of hero you have. So it's just like Avengers Assemble, except with attack and instead of recruit. Now let's draw another card, and it is Juggernaut. So its ambush ability is going to go off because we actually have cards in our discard pile. And so we each have to, so now each player has to KO 2 heroes from their discard pile. Alright, so now I'm going to take out 2 shield troopers, and we'll set those aside. And then our deck is actually going to be a lot more consistent now, so that is actually pretty helpful of Juggernaut to do that to us. So now I have 2 shield agents that'll play. So now I have a healing factor, 2 arc reactors, and an endless invention. Alright, so now I'm going to play endless invention, and then I'll draw a card, and shield agent. Okay, so now I'm going to play healing factor. I have no wounds, so that's not going to do anything. And then I'll play another, I'll play one of my arc reactors, and this will get +1 attack because of the endless invention. And then I'll play an additional arc reactor, which this one will be getting 2 extra attack points because of the endless invention card and the arc reactors. So this will total out to 11 attack, which is a lot. And so now I'm actually going to be able to target Dr. Doom. And so now I'm going to take the bystander and rescue this. So this will just be added to my victory point pile. So now I will take these tactics, shuffle them up, and just take 1 at random. And then Dr. Doom will go back here. So now we'll resolve this ability. So it is Secrets of Time Travel, and it says fight, take another turn after this one. This ability is a bit of a letdown in solo play because it does nothing since you always are going to be taking the next turn. So this is actually a blank card in solo play. But if I was playing, say, a 2-player game, then I would be able to go a second time before the other player went. So that'd be kind of interesting. Then I have 1, 2, 3 recruit. So at this point, the only thing I could buy would actually be a shield officer because I only have 3 recruit. But I actually don't think I would like to buy shield officer because I don't really want to add any more shield officers to my deck, which would just kind of clog it up a bit. So I don't want to buy anything this round, so I will just discard my cards. Top card of the villain deck is going to be a Master Strike. So we know the drill by this point, so let's look at my hand. Ooh, okay. Well, we actually do not have any tech heroes in our hand, so I'm going to have to put 2 cards on top of my deck. Alright, so I'm going to take these 2 shield agents and put them on top of my deck, and then I'm going to draw an additional card from the villain deck, and it's going to be a Doombot Legion card. So then Saber-Tooth is going to get +1 attack, which is not good. Then I have, let's see, 3, 4, 5 attack. So now I can play Healing Factor and Keen Senses. I'll draw a card, and what do you know, it's my shield agent. Now I'll play these 3 cards, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack, and 1 recruit. And then I will just take this Doombot Legion and defeat this. And then I will look at the top 2 cards of my deck, and I will KO the shield agent. Then I have 1 recruit, which is not enough to do anything, so I'll discard all those cards. Alright, the next villain card is going to come out as a Scheme Twist, and so now this is going to be placed in the bank, so now Juggernaut is going to get +1 attack, and then the next Scheme Twist is going to end the game. And then if there's 2 more Scheme Twists, the game is going to be over, so that's not going to be great. So let's see what we can do. First, we actually need to take one card from the HQ that costs 6 or less and put at the bottom of the hero deck. I am going to take Perfect Teamwork and put this at the bottom of the hero deck. And it's another Perfect Teamwork, which is pretty nice. Then, alright, so now we have Berserker Range and Avengers Assemble. So I'm going to play all of my gray cards right now just to get those out of my hand. Alright, then I'm going to play Avengers Assemble, and I have Instinct Heroes and Gray Heroes. So this will give me +2 recruit, and then I'll play Berserker Range, and I will draw 3 cards. Then I get +1 attack for each extra card I've drawn this turn. And so I've only actually drawn these 3 extra cards, so I'll get 3 attack from Berserker Range. And then as I play these Endless Invention cards, I'll be able to draw more cards, but I actually won't be able to gain any more attack from drawing additional cards because I've already played Berserker Rage. And that's just going to be counting the amount of cards that I drew at the time of playing that card. And nothing afterwards affects it, unfortunately. So now I'm going to play Endless Invention, and I'll draw a card. And then I'll play second copy of Endless Invention and draw 2 cards. And then I will play a third copy of Endless Invention, draw 2 more cards. And then I will play Keen Senses and draw 1 card. Then I will play Endless Invention and draw 2 more cards. So now you can see that it would have been really nice if I was able to play Berserker Rage right now, so that I could get all of this extra attack. And that would just have been amazing. But, oh well, that's not how the cards played out. Alright, so now let's draw 2 more cards. And let's just play all these great cards I have in my hand. So now, these 2 Arc Reactors are going to be quite potent, because I've already played 4 Tech Heroes, so this one's going to be 7. And then this one's going to give me 8 attack. So that is very good. Alright, so right now I have 21 attack from all of my cards, which is amazing. And 15 of that came from those 2 Arc Reactors. So that is great. So 21 attack will actually allow me to defeat Dr. Doom twice. And then I'll actually have 1 attack left over. So let's do that. First time will give me Dark Technology, which allows me to recruit a tech or ranged hero from the HQ for free. And this is not a very difficult choice. I'm going to take Quantum Breakthrough. And so I'm getting a 7-cost card for free, which is amazing. Secondly, I have Treasures of Latveria. And it says, when you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, draw 3 extra cards. That is amazing. So I'm going to have 9 cards in my next hand for starters. And I will replace this with Healing Factor. So there we go. So now Dr. Doom has 1 hit point left, 1 tactics card left. So I just need to hit him 1 more time, and then that'll be the game, and I will have won. But I only have 3 more turns left, because when the cards in the villain deck run out, the game is over. So it'll be close. But I think with my current deck, I should be able to give Dr. Doom 1 last hit before those last 3 cards are up. So that was my attack. I have 1 attack left over, but I can't actually use that anywhere. So now let's count up my recruit, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 recruit. And I'm going to take a day unlike any other, and I'll just be grabbing these rare cards left and right. And we have an Arc Reactor right here. So now I have all 3 of the rare cards that are currently in this game, and so that is a great place to be in, because those are all very, very powerful cards, as you have seen. And so if I can draw out one of those, or even multiple of those, then chances are going to be pretty good that I'll be able to take out Dr. Doom. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully I'll be able to win this. So that last turn, we went through our entire deck, essentially in 1 turn, which is just crazy, and it's always fun. And then what do you know, we have a day unlike any other in our hand. And actually, you know what? I drew 6 cards. That's a mistake on my part because of the tactics card we drew from defeating Dr. Doom. So we actually are supposed to have 9 cards in our starting hand, which just sweetens the deal. Now, let's go ahead and play this villain card. and it is a Scheme Twist. So this is going to be placed here. So that is going to be our 6th Scheme Twist, which means that one of these last 2 cards is going to be the 7th Scheme Twist, and when that is played, we lose the game. So things aren't looking too good. There's about a 50-50 chance that I will lose next turn. So let's win this turn. So first, I'll take Healing Factor, which costs less than 6, and place this on the bottom of the hero deck. And it will be replaced by Avengers Assemble. Then, let's go ahead and start playing cards. So, I will play Healing Factor, and I have no wounds in my hand or discard pile, so I won't do anything with that. But now, I have the Instinct Superpower ready, and I'll be able to trigger the card draw effects on both of these keen senses. So I'll draw 2 cards. Alright, and Quantum Breakthrough is definitely a card I want to see. So now, let's play Endless Invention, and I'll draw a single card. Oh boy, this is going to be great. Berserker Rage. So now, let's play Endless Invention, and I'll draw 2 more cards. Okay. Then, let's play Quantum Breakthrough, and I'll draw 2 cards, but then 2 additional cards because of the Endless Invention cards, which are tech cards. So, really, Quantum Breakthrough is just twice as potent as Endless Inventions. Essentially, it's if you're playing 2 of them. So now, that's 4 cards, and 2 more Endless Invention cards. So let's go ahead and play those one at a time. So Endless Invention, I'll be 2 more cards, and then Arc Reactor. Okay, finally we have another Endless Invention card, and I'll draw 2 more cards. Okay, Arc Reactor. So now I'm going to go ahead and play all of my gray cards. So just get those out of my hand, and there are quite a few of them. Alright, so now I've played all the cards in my deck except for these 5 cards that are still in my hand. And I actually have the ability to draw 3 more cards with Berserker Rage. So, what I want to do is I want to actually spend some of my recruit before playing these last cards. And again, you can do things in whatever order you want. So, I am going to take some of my recruit. So now currently I've played cards that total up to 8 recruit. And so I'm going to start by buying this Arc Reactor. And so this will use 5 of my recruit and be placed in my discard pile, which just has this 1 card now. And that's going to be pretty cool to get. So now it's a Frenzied Slashing. Okay, I'll play that there. Then I have 3 recruit left, but I'm going to play Avengers Assemble. And so I have a red card, a yellow card, an instinct card, a black tech card, and then I played several gray cards. So that's going to be a total of 4 recruit from Avengers Assemble. And that goes with the 3 recruit that I had left over, so I have 7 recruit. And I'm going to go ahead and take Diving Block. So I'll place that there in my discard pile. And another Avengers Assemble. So now, I have 1 recruit left, but I'm okay with wasting that. So now I'm going to play Berserker Rage. And I'm going to draw 3 cards. And so now I'm going to have to shuffle up my discard pile. And I only have 2 cards in my discard pile, so I'll shuffle them up. But that doesn't matter because I'm drawing both of them. So then, I will play Diving Block. And I'll start 2nd row here. So I'll play Diving Block. And then, I have 3 Arc Reactor cards. And so now I'm just going to play these Arc Reactor cards one after another. And they're going to be so much attack because I've already played 6 tech cards. So the first one I play is going to give me 6 attack extra. Second one's going to give me 7 attack extra, and the third one's going to be 8 attack extra. So there is no way that Dr. Doom is going to be standing at the end of this turn. Then I'm going to top it all off by playing A Day Unlike Any Other, which is going to give me 3 attack plus 3 for each other Avengers card I've played. So now I just counted the Avengers cards, and I've already played 10. So this is going to give me 33 attack, which is crazy, and there's no way that... And I really don't need any other card at this point to contribute any more attack, because I have 33 just from A Day Unlike Any Other. But I am going to calculate all the attack that I have, just so that we can really see what we were able to do. So I'll be right back, and I will do some math and calculate all the attack we have. Alright, so I just counted it all up, and we have a total of 91 attack, which is crazy. So that means that we can take out Juggernaut, and Saber-Tooth, and we do have at least one X-Men hero, so we don't have to gain a wound. Then we can also take out Dr. Doom for his last tactic, which says that we can choose one. Either each other player draws a card, or each other player discards a card. Now that's not going to really matter because the game's over, but anyway, we can defeat everyone in the city and the mastermind while having 68 attack remaining. So that is crazy, and that's awesome. So I hope you all can see how this game can really shine, where you're just trying to build a perfect deck and starting out with being able to maybe, get 2 or 3 attack each turn. But then by the end of the game, you're able to, even not always, but sometimes you're able to get something like 91 attack, which is just crazy. And just shows that, and it shows the cool combos that you can build as you're purchasing cards and crafting the perfect deck. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I really did have a blast playing this game, as I always do, because this is one of my favorite games, as you already know. Please like this video if you enjoyed watching it, and then comment below letting us know who your favorite superhero is. It could be a Marvel superhero, a DC superhero, or just some other superhero from some other universe. And please subscribe to Milestone Gaming and ring that bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever I upload more content just like this. And I hope you all will have a great day. Happy gaming.